Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you travel a lot, you probably know exactly what modern air transit usually feels like. But today, we're diving into a place that completely flips the script on what a massive global aviation gateway can actually be. We're talking about Muscat International Airport. It's this incredible facility that somehow manages to combine massive global scale with a surprisingly relaxed, culturally rich passenger experience. Seriously, it's often called the anti-mega hub. Let's get right into it. So I want you to just imagine your typical layover at a major international airport for a second. You're probably picturing those grueling, endless walks down seemingly infinite corridors, right? The harsh, sterile lighting, the stressful, panic-inducing rush to make a connection, and just the overwhelming corporate sameness of it all. It's exhausting. Well, the information we're exploring today positions Muscat International Airport, or MCT, as the ultimate refreshing solution to that exact headache. Here is our flight map for today. We'll start with its role as a gateway to the Middle East, move into how it powers global connections, look at the massive scale and advanced engineering, explore the Omani culture and architecture, and wrap up with the ultimate transit experience. All right, let's start with our first stop. Gateway to the Middle East, connecting the world to Oman. Located about 32 kilometers from the historic capital city of Muscat, sitting in Sib, this airport, which used to be known as Sib International Airport, has transformed into Oman's largest and absolutely busiest aviation gateway. And if you look at a globe, this strategic location is definitely no accident. It naturally positions the airport as a major crossroads. It literally bridges the Middle East directly with major destinations across Asia, Africa, and Europe. It's right in the middle of everything. Moving right along to our second point, powering global connections, a hub for every traveler. Now, what's super interesting about this setup is how the airport organizes its commercial aviation sector to serve drastically different needs, all under one roof. Think of it like a giant puzzle. First, we have Oman Air, the national flag carrier, operating this as a primary mega hub. They anchor their entire global network right here to connect Gulf traffic with intercontinental routes. Alongside that, you have a completely different model. Salam Air, Oman's first budget airline, uses this as its core operating base for affordable point-to-point flights. And then, acting as a true global gateway, the airport hosts heavy, daily wide-body operations from the world's leading network carriers. We're talking Emirates, Qatar Airways, British Airways, and Indian carriers. It beautifully illustrates the sheer diversity of airlines operating here every single day. Which brings us to part 3, massive scale and advanced engineering, built for the future. To handle all those diverse global carriers, you obviously need space. And I mean a lot of space. We're talking 580,000 square meters, to be exact. That is a massive, ultra-modern terminal complex totally dedicated to moving people efficiently. And that massive space comfortably handles up to 20 million passengers annually right now. But what's even more impressive? The master phases are already mapped out to scale that capacity to over 48 million in the future. Orchestrating that whole shebang is a really striking air traffic control tower. Standing a towering 97 meters tall, it's packed to the brim with advanced radar systems to safely manage the incredibly complex airspace above. But the truly crucial point here is what lies on the ground. The airport features dual parallel asphalt runways. One is 4,080 meters long, and the other is exactly 4,000 meters. These aren't just your standard long strips of tarmac, guys. They are specifically engineered to accommodate the heaviest, absolute largest wide-body aircraft in the commercial world. We're talking full certification for the massive Airbus A380. They even have dedicated upper deck boarding bridges ready and waiting for them to seamlessly load and unload. Okay, let's zoom into the terminal for Section 4, Omani culture and architecture, bringing a real sense of place. Consider the contrast here. Instead of the familiar, sprawling mega hub with those grueling transit walks and that sterile corporate feel, Muscat actively rejects that entire model. The interior deeply integrates traditional Omani motifs. We're talking beautiful foliage water features, sweeping archways, and these incredibly warm color palettes. It gives the terminal a distinct, undeniable sense of place that deeply reflects the cultural heritage of the Sultanate of Oman. You literally know what country you're in just by walking to your gate. And this cultural integration continues right into the shopping experience. Both the departures and arrivals concourses go way beyond the standard luxury goods you see at literally every other airport in the world. They heavily spotlight authentic, local Omani products. We're talking about high-grade Dafari frankincense, beautifully crafted traditional silver handicrafts, and amazing local dates. It totally transforms a standard retail layover into a genuine cultural touchpoint. Let's wrap up with our final section, the ultimate transit experience, relaxed and connected. The source material actually notes that Muscat is widely celebrated by travelers as, quote, one of the most relaxed transfer points in the Middle East. And why is that? Well, because unlike those sprawling mega hubs we talked about earlier, MCT features a highly efficient layout. The clear signage and incredibly manageable walking distances between gates literally save your legs and, honestly, your sanity during a layover. Now, for those seeking a premium experience to reset before their next flight, the airport is home to Oman Air's flagship first and business class lounges. These aren't just your average waiting rooms, they are globally praised facilities offering incredible hospitality. You can enjoy fine dining, actually take a real nap in private sleeping quarters, or freshen up in luxurious spa shower facilities. It's basically an oasis of calm. Of course, if Muscat isn't just a layover, but your actual final destination, the connectivity outside the airport is just as engineered for efficiency as the inside. Right as you step out of the arrivals hall, you are immediately met with modern multi-lane highway networks. For public transit, there are Mawassalat 24-hour special airport bus routes, like Route A1, which connects you directly to the Rui bus station. And naturally, there's a fleet of metered airport taxis, dedicated chauffeur services, and major international car rentals ready to whisk you right into the capital region seamlessly. So, what does this all mean? We've seen the geography, the massive scale, and the gorgeous cultural design that makes this facility tick. It makes you wonder, instead of dreading your next long-haul transfer, could a beautifully engineered airport with fallage water features and manageable walks actually become a highlight of your journey? Based on everything we've seen today, Muscat International Airport just might be the blueprint for the future of stress-free global travel. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. The next time you book a long-haul flight, ask yourself, are you just surviving a transfer or are you actually experiencing a destination?